positions. 3, 2, 1.
Michelle's final challenge this week is going to involve an actual structure fire. We're not using theatrical smoke, we're not using fake lights, we're using real fire.
We have a medic unit on standby. Something goes bad, we'll get you out of your gear, in the medic, and off to the hospital. About 2 breaths in the atmosphere we're gonna be in, you're done. You'll singe your lungs, and it's over.
Come on, Michelle, go!
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and on this episode of Challenge Accepted, I will be experiencing Fire Academy. And at the end of this week, I'm going in a burning building. You guys requested it, so we're doing it. And if you're new here, please subscribe because we do awesome and amazing challenges like this every single week.
Strong winds are spreading fast-growing fire that's burning along a major freeway near the world-famous Getty Center.
250 acres, more than 3,000 homes under evacuation orders.
Traffic is insane right now. It's coming from Birmingham. It's like 5 minutes away, and it took me 20 to get here. I'm so sorry I'm late, by the way.
Have you seen the map yet?
More than 3,000
Oh
homes
my God.
are under evacuation.
This is the evacuation area where the fire is, and this dot is where our apartment is.
For scale, there's like a mile between these two things.
The freeway is continuing to be shut down on the southbound side because it's still burning really
I think our apartment's gonna get evacuated while we're gone.
The governor declared state of emergency, I think is what it was. I mean, that happens a lot with fire.
This is honestly just so crazy that we're about to leave to do firefighter training, and there may be an evacuation for our apartment while we're gone.
I think this makes this episode a lot more real.
But I look at how chaotic this is and how big the fire is. How do you contain that? How do you decide to go towards that? Wow, look at this fire station, it's so cute.
My name's John Adams. I'm the operations chief here at South Metro Fire Rescue. This week's gonna challenge Michelle like no other. She's gonna go from 10-degree weather outside, swimming in a swimming pool, to a 1,700-degree structure fire. Going on a call.
Are people gonna come down?
Yeah, they're gonna come out and then they're gonna roll off the doors. When we get a call, the expectation is we get out the door as quick as we can. So we have a clock next to all our rigs that we want them out in a minute and a half. Fire Academy is an intense 16 weeks. Some mornings that's strength training, some mornings that's yoga, some mornings that's swimming. We treat our employees in the academy as industrial athletes, so they work out every single morning. We might have to expose our firefighter to an environment where they have to go into a frozen body of water with a small hole and retrieve an animal or retrieve a human that may have gone through that ice. Water can be scary for people, and we want our firefighters to be confident of their abilities in the water to do different tasks.
The first thing I hear is everybody jump in the water. So I think, okay, we're getting in the pool and we're gonna start the workout. Not quite.
All right, let's go. Get out.
We immediately get back out and stand on the ice, freezing, doing jumping jacks.
3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2.
No. Sit down. Make sure everyone knows where they're sticking. Everyone. We got it, guys. Just land that last one, okay? Get up, go. Right into it. Come on, get it done. Positions. Begin.
1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2.
I think you got it, sir.
You think you got it? You're the one making the call. You got it or you didn't?
We got it, sir.
All right, get in your lines.
Go.
Bryce, command when you talk to him.
Yes, sir.
If you're making that decision, you got to make that decision.
Yes, sir.
The workout was very unpredictable. Get in the pool, get out of the pool. Everything from push-ups to trying to undo a lock underwater.
So everyone knows that the code's 11. 3323. Just a school padlock, okay? Same thing as last time, except for 2 people have to be under at all times. All right, guys, let's go get it.
Everything that we do in the pool doesn't really have anything to do with swimming. It's all about communication. Can they communicate to let each other know what they have to do in order to get that lock open?
Line up over there, guys. Line up over there.
Let's go. You just did this drill last week. They finally figured it out and got a plan. And then this week, it's like they forgot all of it. If you've got a way to do it, don't try to reinvent the wheel.
Good job. In the deep end.
Go, get your sweatshirts on.
I look in the water and all of our sweatshirts are at the bottom of the deep end. They say that we have to swim down, grab them, locate each sweatshirt to its owner, and put them on, all while treading water.
Communicate enough detail so your teammates know what you're talking about.
It's chaotic as hell. It's dark, we can't see anything, everyone's kicking and moving around. I finally hear,
Red, South Metro.
I start putting it on. I get one arm through, get the other arm through, and the last thing to do is get my head through. Instead of really thinking about how to get my head through a very heavy wet sweatshirt, I went for it. And the next thing I knew, I couldn't breathe and I was inhaling water.
Typically, people will get it over their head and they'll start to panic. It's another good opportunity for them to be communicating with each other. You have to tell someone else what you need. They can't tell you what you need.
I hear my teammate say, "You're okay," and she pulls my sweatshirt over my head, and I'm okay.
Could be in bed right now. Your best day has to be somebody's worst. Let's go.
Ready positions, move. Begin.
1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 3.
Good work. You've done this for 11 weeks.
Yes.
You're amazing. I can't believe we go from this to a burning building. Talk about extremes.
Yeah.
My name is Wist, and I'm a Public Information Officer for South Metro Fire Rescue.
And I am Hurst. I'm also a Public Information Officer here at South Metro Fire Rescue. You're at Fire Station 32. It's the newest of South Metros. We're happy that you're here, and we can take you through and show you what all is here.
Come on in.
Of course, no fire station would be complete without a fire pole.
Do I get to go down the pole?
I think we can make that happen.
Oh my gosh. There's a safety button that you have to press before you even go in.
Push to exit. What do you say before you go down?
Whatever you want to say. What would you say?
Watch out.
Oh, like this?
Yep, there you go.
You got it.
Don't forget to wrap your legs around and squeeze tight with your legs. There you go.
Bye. Oh. Good job.
I was just holding on for dear life. Oh my God. I think this is the best part of being a firefighter.
Just wait until you go inside a burning building. You might change your mind.
No.
Michelle's final challenge this week is going to involve an actual structure fire where we're going to take one of our training buildings and we're going to light it on fire. She'll be in an air pack. She'll be in all the firefighter gear. We're not using theatrical smoke. We're not using fake lights. We're using real fire.
That is what we're going to set on fire. We're going to be coming in through this door. We are going to be crawling from here all the way down and around to the burn room.
Okay.
We do have props up here. This we use as a prop for a crib because we have kids that are in fires. We have furniture that we have to maneuver around. You're going to be dragging the hose this entire way. That's what you get to maneuver around all of this into this room. This is going to be the fire room. We're going to see that fire grow. We're going to see some smoke push this way. It's going to bank down here. And time is of the essence because there could be people in here that aren't able to escape. And that's our job, is to help them get out of the building. So that is going to be your job.
Okay.
You got this.
I'm Jason Camper, captain of South Metro Fire, currently signed to the Training Bureau.
I'm Matt Brock, lieutenant, training, specializing in EMS.
We're going to start getting you fitted with your gear.
Oh.
In today's fire environment, temperatures can get upwards of 1,700 degrees. We still need Michelle to be able to function, and so our gear keeps us at a comfortable temperature, a little bit above 100 degrees, so we don't overheat.
I feel like the Michelin Man.
Exactly. Wait. Helmet.
Oh man.
So Lieutenant Eric Hindy hand makes these shields out of leather, and he's taken the time to go ahead and make you one. The firefighter's helmet is a very prideful portion of their gear, and so we'd like to present you with this helmet.
This is incredible. I'm tearing up because I just can't believe you guys would do that. This is so meaningful, and I will wear this with pride and take everything we do here very seriously.
We appreciate it.
We're going to make sure that her air pack fits well and her face piece fits, so that when we put her in a structure fire, we can be assured that she's only breathing the air from her pack and she doesn't have a leak anywhere in her mask, which could compromise her health.
Oh, it is heavy.
So between the air pack and the gear, you're going to gain about 65 pounds.
65? That's half of what I weigh.
Yeah. This is the regulator. This is what will get the air from the cylinder to your mask. Go ahead and breathe in.
Oh.
So if you're motionless for 30 seconds, that's what's called a personal alert safety device. So if a firefighter goes unconscious or stops moving for some reason, that's a way that it can tell everybody else in the room that person's having a problem, or it helps us find them. And the way to reset that is to just move your hips.
Okay.
And because the sensor's down low on the back frame, you feel that. So when it's in your mask, you'll feel that vibration, and that lets you know that you're almost at it. You get 15 minutes to go in and work, you get 15 minutes to escape, and you have 15 minutes if something goes bad.
I can't stress to you enough, you cannot pull your mask. You cannot. It is going to be so very hot and such a smoky environment that it could be one breath, could cause some major, major problems.
Michelle's gonna be going through the maze this week, and the maze is narrow openings that she'll have to get through. We'll black out her face piece so she can't see anything, simulating a smoke environment where there's zero visibility. And we'll expect her to navigate through some narrow spaces with some techniques that we'll teach her.
Once we get inside and you start crawling around in there, just keep moving forward, all right? If you get to a point where you think you can't take it anymore, stop, slow down, and figure out the problem. This is as crazy as you let it be.
It sees for the stress test, it's primarily mental.
It's all mental. You're just crawling around, but you're crawling around in a really scary, unknown place, just like you would be if you were in somebody's home. I have no idea what the layout of your home is. I have no idea. But when I go there at 3 o'clock in the morning and it's on fire and it's dark and it's hot, 20 minutes ago I was in a dead sleep, all of this has to come natural.
All right, I'm ready.
Are you?
We're gonna find out.
So if at any point during this stress test you pull your mask off, we're not doing any burns tomorrow, because we cannot have you going into the burn house, into that live fire situation, if there's even a remote chance of you pulling your mask off.
Okay.
That's how important this is. Good?
Can I hold your hand?
Yep. Come on in. In your hand. That's the hose line. You need to follow this hose line out of the building.
I was crawling through an air vent, blind, breathing through a straw, with 65 pounds of gear weighing me down. It's like a haunted house. It's claustrophobic, and you have no idea what's around each corner.
I can do. I can do. Do I have the right line?
I don't know, do you? Make sure you follow the right one. One goes to a really bad place. One gets you out of here.
This is so uncomfortable, oh my god.
Keep moving forward. Okay, stop right there, all right? Put your arm down this ledge in front of you. Can you reach the floor?
No.
All right, if you can't reach the floor, you have to turn around and go feet first. You want to make sure that it's not 25 feet down. This This next spot is pretty tricky. There's a technique to get through these wires. What we don't want to do is crawl through these things hastily and get caught up in them, and then you're stuck and you can't get out. You're going to go head first, but you're going to slowly make sure that you get all the wires above you and lay down on your back. Oh no! You're all right. Don't freak out yet. You're not through all the wires. Every time you go into a fire, you'll stop, you'll get tangled up in something just walking through a fire, or crawling, or pulling a hose line. All of it you have to use on a daily basis. You gotta get out of there.
Again, all the training we put our employees through is, what are you going to do if the worst case scenario happens to you? If the floor collapses, we want you to have gone through that in a safe environment so you can start thinking through what you need to do.
You know what that noise is? Yes. It means you're almost out of air. Okay, stop. Made it through. You did a good job.
That was a really intense experience. It's all in your head, just not being able to see, being in those tiny spots. Like, of course my mind went to, what if this building was on fire? And I'm in here having to slow my breathing and stuff, you know?
The most intense situation I've ever been in where my training came into play is in 2001. I was deployed to the World Trade Center as a member of the Urban Search and Rescue Team. You had a little bit of panic because you started thinking, how am I ever gonna do this? It's that mentally taxing part of it. Physically I can do it, but mentally can I do it? And you just rely on your team and you rely on your training and you make your way through it.
The terrifying scale of Australia's bushfire disaster is beginning to emerge. Over 20 people have been killed, hundreds of millions of animals too, more than 8 million hectares have been burnt.
The famous sails of the Sydney Opera House, now a canvas carrying messages of thanks to the firefighters who've battled the bushfires, some losing their lives.
Captain Tom Cruise with South Metro Fire, been part of the wildland team for 20 years.
The concept of fighting a wildland fire just seems so insurmountable. Does it feel that way?
I look at it as a structure fire maybe would be a sprint. Wildland fire is probably a marathon. It takes a lot of personnel, it takes a lot of equipment, and it changes all the time. If you look at the response that they have in California right now, it's everything from the ground to the air. Some of those guys have been out there for a week, limited sleep, fatigue, so you gotta think about all this stuff they're processing. They gotta have this grit to stay with it. You're talking about going in for 5 or 10 minutes tomorrow. These guys have been out on those front lines on that wildland fire. That's why I'm telling you, it's a marathon.
How do wildland fires start?
There's everything from arson, chain dragging on the road, tree branch falling into a power line, and then you just have people burning stuff and maybe not realizing how dry it is.
Is there a specific story that you think of as the most difficult fires you had to fight?
I would say the Twist fire. We had 5 or 6 structures going up a road. We went up to evaluate the structures. The wind shifted and it just exploded and took off. Probably the first 30 minutes might have gone over 3,000 acres. And
3,000 acres in 30 minutes.
Yep. Some of the engines we were up there got caught and they got burned over. We lost 3 guys, and you never want that. Never. We see a lot of stuff that the public doesn't realize how it impacts us. If you can save somebody's life, then we risk a lot.
When I started in '96, it was a different environment. You did the job, you saw the job, and you just didn't talk about it. That's not always healthy. Our department realized, and nationwide we realized, that PTSI, post-traumatic stress injury, was becoming a big issue in the fire service. And how did we deal with that? Our organization has a very robust wellness bureau, and we have counselors that we can talk to. Some of our employees utilize neurofeedback, which is a treatment you can go to try to rewire your brain from the things that you've seen. We also have just hired a couple comfort dogs, so we're trying to look at it from all different aspects. There's always work to be done. I think it'll be a challenge we still work on 10 years from now, but I think we're doing a really good job at taking care of our employees in the mental aspect.
I'm Katie Becker, been a firefighter for 4 years. Right now, we're about to hit a hydrant. That's bringing water to the fire.
Cool. Oh my gosh, let's do it. This is so heavy.
You'll be just fine.
I feel like a sumo wrestler.
At the end of this week, she's going to be responsible for deploying the hose line and getting it into the building and putting water on the fire.
All right, let's go. You got a fire to get to. So you want to look behind and make sure that's flaking out. You see how it's kind of organized?
Yeah.
Okay, now hold here, grab your nozzle and this butt, and then dump everything off your shoulder. And as soon as this is organized and pretty, you can call for water.
Water.
Perfect.
Is that what you say?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, water.
So you want to grab that hydrant wrench. You want to crack that open. Perfect. You can take it off with your hand. Okay, get that hydrant wrench on top. And then you're going to want to show water. It's going to be tough, so keep at it. You got it. Put your body in it. Almost there. Keep going. Perfect. All right. Tell your engine to go.
Go, go, go.
There you go. Turn it off. Grab your adapter. You got to go help out your team. They're fighting fire without you. Get it tight. Make sure that one's closed. All right. Send them water. There you go. Perfect.
Oh my God.
So now that we've deployed the hose, we are going to advance the hose into the building. So we like to work in teams. It's heavy. It's got a lot of back pressure. So make sure that you're stable, and I'll be behind you.
Should I open it all the way?
Yeah, feel it. Go slow.
Like this? Is this right?
Just like that.
All right.
Okay. You're good. You're good. You got it. If you start losing it, just close it. Move it around. Get that whole fire out. Nice.
What a rush. Wow. That was like being like King Triton in The Little Mermaid. Like, I wheeled the ocean at you. Okay, sorry.
No,
I'm done.
Hi, my name is Jeff Tasker. I'm a district chief assigned to operations here at South Metro. I've been a firefighter for 26 years.
What do you think that the general public doesn't fully grasp about what it takes to be a firefighter?
We used to talk to the public a lot. They used to think we just sit around playing cards all the time and that we're great cooks. We are still really good cooks, but I don't think everybody understands how much the fire department evolved over the years. It used to just be fires. Now we're experts in auto extrication, in all different aspects of medicine. We just started an ultrasound program in our EMS side of things. Some people lock their kids in the car, they call us. The cat's in the tree, which we don't actually go out on anymore because it's too dangerous.
Then who gets the cat from the tree?
The cats always get down by themselves. Some of the most intense calls that I've been on were some of the active shootings that we've had in our district. I was the second wave for Columbine. I was the initial incident commander for the Arapahoe High School shooting, and I was one of the district supervisors for the STEM shooting.
Wow, that is a lot of weight to carry.
It is, but we've evolved, and I felt really proud of our work we did at STEM this last spring. We don't stand outside anymore. We go in and try to help people as fast as we can.
So in the past, if you look at Columbine, the police would clear the building and then the fire department would either go in or the police would bring the victims out. Today we have tactical vests and tactical helmets, and we pair up with either police officers or SWAT teams, and we go into the building with them.
I'm Captain Todd Edwards. Today we're going to be going over how we control all the bleeding and we get the victims off the scene into a hospital as quickly as possible.
We know that if we can stop the bleeding on a majority of our patients before they leave the scene, their chances of survival are exponentially higher.
This is a CAT tourniquet, and so when we come upon a patient that has been shot, worst case scenario, you can bleed out in 4 minutes. We need to stop the bleed immediately. It all comes down to how we apply these. Make sure that it's high and tight, okay?
High and tight.
High and tight. You're gonna have gloves on, they're gonna be bleeding, so it's gonna be slippery.
Here?
Yep, keep going, even tighter, there. Get that secured. Then I'm going to tighten the Wist to make sure that the bleeding stops. This is very difficult, it takes a lot of strength, keep going. Like I can still, doesn't even bother me. You can feel my pulse still. It'll be tighter than that, it takes that much strength.
For this scenario, you've approached your first found victim in the hallway, and we need to extract him to the front door, so I want you to be able to drag him to that end of the hallway by yourself.
Okay.
As you approach him, place him in the rescue position. Facilitate drainage out of his mouth. Good. Grab your loops. Thrust with your legs. Drag him, drag him. 10 more feet. Keep dragging. A little bit more. Good. How do you feel?
It's heavy.
He's heavy.
It's hard.
That's your average sized adult though. We have to maximize our personnel, so one person could be dragging two.
Hi, my name is Tom Lombard. We are role-playing through an active threat exercise where a shooter came through a facility, shot 3 individuals. I will be playing a victim with active bleeding that will need a tourniquet applied.
They're gonna have a variety of injuries. She's gonna find a patient that is not viable, and she's gonna have to make that decision to let that person go. We have some pictures to kind of get you ready. This is what we're dealing with. Look at all this chaos. You have to be able to get yourself focused on this patient and take care of her. I can't have you say, you know what, I'm out. I'm not doing this. I can't have that when I bring you into that scenario. When we have this call, it's go time. To give you an idea, so this was a school shooting, and the parents were having to stay back because they didn't know where the shooter was at that time, and all I could hear was the mom screaming for her kids. So that's the stuff that gets to you. Sorry. But you do your job, you get through it, it's just time to act. And you're gonna do that today. You are stronger than you think, and you're gonna take care of this.
Evan, are you okay? Evan! God, I'm bleeding all over. Evan! I think he's dying. Oh, I think I'm gonna pass out.
Go ahead and triage that guy. Tell me how he's going.
He's still breathing.
Evan!
Breathing? How
Evan!
well? Viable?
Is my friend dead?
Viable?
No.
Agreed. Move to the next. Tourniquet. Tourniquet.
Oh my God.
Hurry, he's
Oh,
bleeding
I'm gonna
out.
pass out.
Put that knee on that. Lay him down.
Oh, this hurts. Ah,
Okay, it's gonna be
I'm
okay.
gonna die. Evan! Is he okay?
Calm down, sir. It's gonna be okay.
Is my friend dead? Ah! Evan!
Stop, sir. I need you to get up. Let's walk out of here. Oh, okay.
Okay, help him. Get ready for extraction.
Going this way?
Yeah.
Flip.
There you go. All right, buddy.
Help him lift.
There you go. Good job. Watch his head. Help him down there.
Pull him down that way.
Yep.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Keep going. Watch your left. Watch your right. Right. Over. Smell. Almost.
Did it work?
Yeah, we'd have probably put it up a little bit higher.
Okay.
Try to go up as high as we can, but it stopped the bleeding when we were in there, so it's good.
Okay.
Hi. Your eyeballs were this big around.
Well, it happened so fast. This has been a huge wake-up call for me to truly understand what it means to be a firefighter. This afternoon, I will be going in a burning building, which is crazy. But all the other aspects of the job are equally as demanding and stressful. I think we always assume when we see photos of first responders that they're medics from a hospital, the police, the fire department are the people doing it alongside everybody else. And we need to recognize them for that. Firefighters are so much more than people that fight fire. What is your advice to me before I go in a burning building for the first time?
I always say that if you feel that you know everything, then it's time to get out. You want to have that little bit of fear, just enough that you're feeling comfortable you're in there, but don't forget, it can change very, very quick.
They're going to get dispatched to a reported structure fire, and then in that zero visibility environment, she's going to have to search to try to find victims. It could be 175 pounds.
In 5 minutes, it's going to double in size.
The materials burn 10 times harder than they did in the past.
There is no timeout, no takebacks, no do-overs.
It's going to be very intense. It's going to be very real. She could suffer some injuries. I mean, we're dealing with some pretty critical stuff here.
We have a medic unit on standby. Something goes bad, they'll grab you, get you out of your gear, and off to the hospital. The worst thing you can do is freak out. If you pull that mask off, about 2 breaths in the atmosphere we're going to be in, and it's over.
2-story residential structure. We have a working fire.
I want that in. Put it over on the What's going on?
I'm just trying to make sure it's secure.
We gotta get that hose in play. Pull that yellow hose, okay? Alright? Good, keep going. Got him?
want you to kneel on it and you're going to spray water out that way, okay? Because we got to make sure that we got water. Open it. Open it. Close it. Open it. Close it. Hey, let's get to the door. Remember, this is a big long hallway. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We need to go down that hallway. Go, go, go. Go back and get some hose, go! Put that fire out!
Body.
Where?
Highlight
the
body.
I need you to search over there. Let's go. Move with the purpose. Elevate the well. Elevate the well. This is the body right here, yes?
Yes.
Move. That body needs to get out of here. Follow that hose out.
I'm sorry.
We gotta pull down. Pull underneath his arms. Don't choke him on his neck.
Can you lift his arm, please?
Got it? Move. You gotta get him out. It's not for him.
I can't.
You gotta go. That's not an option.
I'm back.
Let's go.
I keep breathing.
Pick him up and go. The skin is fucking off.
Ah!
Hold on, let's go.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Left backwards. Come out. Come on. You're back here, away. Come on. Come on. All the way down, all the way down. All the way down, right here. This guy needs CPR. Do CPR on him. Just do chest.
I'm not.
It was so hard. It was so hard to I know it's fake, but look at a body that looks like this and then go and pick it up.
Yeah. So this is what body is. Okay. And that's why time is of the essence. That's why we need to know our job. That's why we need to train. You're inside saying, I can't do it. You have to dig deep, and you pull through.
Yeah, but I didn't save him.
We gave this victim the best effort we could. In that environment we were in, he was unsavable. And understand, you killed that fire. That fire is still wanting to kill you. So all of that smoke starting to accumulate.
I was feeling it. I felt it. And I got scared because I thought my mask broke.
We have 9 people that I know of that have some sort of cancer. We have our operations chief that just stepped down because of cancer.
Why do you do it?
Being able to help somebody solve a problem that they couldn't solve. And that's one of the reasons. Working with all these guys, they're all family. It's an amazing job. So,
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
believing in me.
I knew you could do it.
What I learned this week is that firefighters really do everything. They are lifesavers in any and all situations when we have no one else to call. And I am so, so thankful to everyone in our firefighter community who risks their life to put someone else's life before theirs. Be sure to check out all of my links below because there are so many ways we as civilians can still learn and be active and helpful in these life-threatening situations, because sometimes everyone needs to help, not just the people that are trained. Thank you so much to South Metro Fire Rescue for letting me hang out with you guys this week and giving me the opportunity to test my mental and physical limits. Be sure to check out the South Metro Fire Rescue YouTube channel. It's actually phenomenal, and I have an entire vlog series going week by week through what every firefighter recruit experiences in the 16-week academy. If you guys enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment below with what challenge I should take on next, and if you're new here, please subscribe. We make new and awesome and badass videos every single week. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.